Hello everyone, and I want to talk to you today about something that I heard in the news today. The King of Canada, Justin Trudeau, I'm kidding, I know he's not a king. God forbid if he was. He's just outlawed another 200 plus firearms and made them illegal. It's right snap of his finger or a stroke of his pen. And this is on top of the 1,500 or so that he had banned several years ago. Now, here's where it really gets insulting. He's taking away these firearms from people that use them to protect themselves. And he wants to give them to people over here in this country that's fighting a war, and they're going to use them to protect themselves. That's what soldiers do. They fight. But they fight to protect themselves and to the man to the right and to the left of them, or to the left and to the right of them. There's plenty of men that I've seen take a bullet or a friend of his, and they both had children to go home to. There's a song by Keith Urban. I can't remember the name of it, but you should listen to it. And it will kind of give you the mentality of the men and women of this country, not the little boys and the ones that want to handy around. Anyway, getting back to Canada, the Second Amendment that we have that the Canadians don't enjoy or can't enjoy because they don't have the Bill of Rights, Second Amendment, and all that. First of all, the Second Amendment was the second thing our forefathers had thought about, right after the First Amendment, which freedom of speech, freedom of press, and all that. And they put that as a Second Amendment to protect the First Amendment. And really, all the amendments from when they adopted the Bill of Rights all the way through up to the amendments that we currently have. Now, one of these, Justin Trudeau has banned, this is unscripted. I have a teleprompter, but I haven't learned to use it yet. And I just go off the cuff. And hopefully people like that. Maybe it's refreshing. Maybe it's not. I don't know. But not only did he ban weapons of war, but many semi-automatics, 22s and all other types of weapons. Now, first of all, a country, we have military standards for everything. And the reason that is, it's a standard. It's a NATO standard or it's a military, it's a mil standard. And what that means is when you get a box of firearms or a box of ammunition, it all meets a specification. So all infantrymen, general infantrymen, have a M16 or an M4, depending on their duties. So they all take a 5.56 round, or the civilian version is the 223. Same thing, 223 is a little lower pressure. 5.56 a little higher pressure. Internal pressure, a little faster. That's about it. Now, the 22 caliber that every little kid grew up using to hunt squirrels and rabbits or just to plink, the 5.56 is not much bigger than a 22. Now, what makes the 5.56 a little different, the AR-15 or the M16, first of all, the AR-15 is not assault rifle or automatic rifle. It's armor light rifle. And that's because that's the company who basically brought that rifle to the masses, to our servicemen to protect themselves in the Vietnam War. So, there's not much difference in the caliber. The difference is in the speed. The little 22 is this big, where the 5.56 is basically the same grain, the same weight bullet. It's just traveling faster to reach out further. Combat distances, 300, 400, 500. I think 550 yards is its maximum effective range. Can it kill farther than that? Yes. Can it go right through somebody close up and not hurt, barely hurt them? Yes, as all different calibers can do. So the difference is mass shooters with AR-15s now, that's not a weapon of war. That's a semi-automatic rifle that shoots one round per pull. Okay, our military rifles used to be full auto. You flip that on the full auto and all over the place. The problem was soldiers in the field were quickly realizing they were running out of ammunition quick. That's because under stress, they just hold that trigger down and it does not take long to take 30 rounds when you're holding it. And it's just cycling as fast as it can. It's much, much faster than you can pull the trigger. So mass shooters don't shoot AR-15s at people 500 yards away. They're shooting up close. So the difference in velocity at closer ranges is not that much more impactful close up. But besides the point, because I'm going off script here, I'm kind of going off in two different directions. So he wants to seem like he's doing something right. He's taking away from his people the right to protect themselves and giving it to another country to protect themselves. And they don't want that stuff. Why? Because they can't have a box full of 22s and 9mm and 308s and HMR 17s. And then they don't have a supply chain in place to get ammunition to this guy and ammunition to that guy. You know, our GIs in World War II, they had a Colt 45, 1911. That carried one kind of bullet. And we had all types of rifles, but they were in different time frames. You know, you didn't really have mix and match too much. I mean, you did have the one, I don't remember the number. It's more of a Tommy gun. If you watch Band of Brothers and stuff, some of them have an N4 Grand. Some of them have I don't remember what the classification was, but some of them had fully automatic little Tommy gun style things. Stick magazine, not the wheel magazine. And so they can't use all that. You can't give a guy this and say, well, you know, you got 87 rounds here that we confiscated and we're going to give it to you and good luck later on when you're out of them 87 rounds. But that's kind of throwing my hand. When I decided to do a YouTube channel, I was like, I'm not going to talk about politics, abortion, religion, firearms, because I could alienate a lot of people. But I had to make my opinion known for this ridiculous act Justin Trudeau, the King of Canada, has just pulled off. I think every American, unless you're a complete felon, should have the right to be able to protect themselves at any means that could be thrust upon them. So if we only had knives in this country, every American should have a knife. If we only had slingshots, every American should only have slingshots. But we do have firearms, and we are a country with firearms. So if we're going to have criminals with firearms, we should be able to have firearms and train to protect ourselves, and hopefully take a couple of these miscreants and these punks out there today, take them off the face of the earth, delete them from history and the gene pool. So I'm at 9 minutes. That's not too bad for just talking. Okay, that's another 5 seconds. So you can let me know what you think in the comments. If you think I'm a blubbering idiot, or I don't know what I'm talking about, or that handguns are bad, or firearms in general are bad, you can put it down there. I'm not going to delete them. You have the First Amendment, and you have the right to your opinion. But that's the kind of person I am. Now, I joined the military at 16 with the permission of my parents, and I was active duty at 17. I did 8 years in the Marine Corps, 4 years in the National Guard, and then I did police work. I worked with the government first for a decade, and then I went late in life to the police department. So I've been around firearms for a long time. Police officers in general don't think that the general civilian should not have firearms. Most of us are very supportive of people having firearms to be able to protect themselves and others. That's the thing. Protect you and others, like your family. Would I have a problem with engaging someone who is threatening the life or serious bodily injury to somebody, my neighbor, somebody in a parking lot that I don't even know? Yes, I did that as a police officer, and I would do it today. And I would do it today because I still am afforded the right to carry a firearm. Or two, if I would like. But I'm afforded that right. And I think every citizen that, like I said, are not criminals and are educated on how to use a pistol, train with the pistol, know the laws regarding the pistol, they should have the right to carry one. I don't believe in open carry. There's too many people get their guns taken from them when they're not even paying attention. They're just standing in line and somebody comes up and snatches it right out of their holster. And then you got a situation there. You can't fight them because they just took your gun. I believe everybody should carry concealed. That way, some guy comes to rob a store and 12 people point a gun at him and they delete them. That's his problem. Maybe people will slowly stop robbing stores. Yes, we'll have people in bars getting in fights and making stupid decisions, but that will be on the rarity. It's not going to be the OK Corral. It's not going to be the Wild Wild West. And if you read about the Wild Wild West, wasn't as wild as you really think it was. It wasn't that, no, it's not what Hollywood portrays it as. Now, this is just my commentary about it. Trying to think of some more stuff to talk about in reference to the Second Amendment. But that's about all I got right now. Maybe I'll do a Second Amendment update after I kind of put my head back together and figure out what I did not talk about. And maybe I'll do a second one, depending on what happens here. Maybe I'll lose 30 of my subscribers. That would suck, because I want to be YouTube famous. YouTube famous! Kenny, the YouTube famous guy. Yes, yes, signatures, stand to the left, $5 a piece. That's going to be me. Maybe one day, if I can live long enough. Oh, one other thing I've been meaning to tell you guys. This here, don't think I'm a stinky old man. I have about 5 different ones of these, different colors. I think I might even have 2 of these same, because in one of my old man time, I probably went in and said, oh, I like that, and bought it and forgot I had it. I change every day. I shower 4 times a month, whether I need it or not. So I change my shirt, my underwear, my socks, all my tiddly bits and all that cleaned. And so I wear these. It's cold in here. Every once in a while, you'll see me wear a t-shirt, but right now it's like 30 degrees here. So when you see me wearing this, it's clean. Everything on the inside is getting dirty. This is touching clean stuff. This is all clean on the inside. It's clean. I don't stink. I'm not a pig. Unless you want to talk about women. No, just kidding. Just kidding, ladies. Just kidding. All right. I'm going to let you go. I just wanted to put that out there. And hope y'all can understand that. And anyone who's against the Second Amendment, I would not have a problem with responding with good conversations concerning it. Not crazy stuff. Most of the anti-gunners, and I'm not saying in a bad way, you're just against guns, anti-gunners, say, oh, just give everybody guns then. I'm not saying that. And most people don't say that either. With proper training, proper experience, proper knowledge, a person can own a firearm and be able to defend themselves. I was shooting, like I used to say in my first video, since I was about this high. And now I'm this high. I already got the measurements from the first video where I couldn't figure it out. But between this high and this high, it's about 50 years in between there. Maybe 48 years. Somewhere right in that. No, 48, 50. No, maybe like 53 years. I started very young. Very young. I was a toddler. So anyway, I hope you all watched this, got to the end and weren't bored. Maybe learned a little bit something about me. And don't you go anywhere. Don't you unsubscribe. Thank you for your time. And let's see if this junky thing works again. Nope, it never does. How about it's 50-50? It will or it won't.